What's good, YouTube? I'm Will, and today I'm making a video on your weekly wrap up for April 16, 2021. Topic number one is Square Enix being up for sale, or are they? Now, several companies were involved in the supposed sale of Square Enix. Which if you don't know Square Enix, they make Final Fantasy. They just recently dropped Outriders, and a few of the companies involved looking to buy them were Microsoft, Sony, and Tencent. Square Enix came out and flat out denied that they were for sale. They said it was complete cap, pretty much. Now, it looks like several outlets jumped the gun on this one, including Bloomberg Japan, which may be why the story got so much traction in the first place, considering that they're reputable. It's Bloomberg. It's not like Kotaku or anything, it's Bloomberg. So they say something, people might actually take that and run with it. So turns out it was true. Moving on. PlayStation 5 update. The PS5 released a major update April 14th, including the ability to keep games on a USB. Now, to clarify this, you won't be able to play the games from the USB. It's basically a storage system. You'll be able to download games, store them on your USB, and save them for later. And then when you're ready to play it, put it back onto your PS5, and you'll be good to go. For example, scenario, me personally, I would, like, when Uncharted 5 comes out, I would, maybe download 1 through 4 and save them, and then put them back on, like if you have, like I have Uncharted 1 through 4, so I would take 1 through 4, which I'm not playing right now, and save them to a USB storage. And when when the next one, 5, is on its way out, I would then put 1 through 4 back onto my PS5 or PS4, and I would play those and get ready for 5. That would be the scenario for me. You can't play them directly from the USB. Also, Sony released social features including share play with PS4 users. In my notes. Download speed should be really quick considering it's next gen hardware, so I don't really see that being an issue. Like, I don't really see it being a big deal, that you'll have to download games. It's next gen. It's really fast. This gen is really fast when it comes to downloading. Moving on, topic number 3. Remember when the Series S would hold games back? Question. Like, I phrase that as a question. A developer says once again that the Series S holding back next gen gaming is complete cap. Now, MotoGP 21 developer was interviewed on a podcast and was asked if less powerful hardware made for more difficult development, and he came out and pretty much no. He said no. It's kind of seen as a excuse. Now, another developer from a little game called God of War was asked a similar question. He too said this was also cap in regards to the Series S holding back next gen gaming. For me, what I would say about that is the Series S clearly is less powerful. Okay, it's not gonna play games the best, but will it play games good? It depends on what you would consider good. Is it going to play it in 4K? No. The Series X, PS5, they'll play it in 4K, 60, 120. Series S will play it in 1080, 1440, 60, hopefully. But you will be able to play next gen games on the Series S. It will definitely, but you're paying nearly half the price, but you would expect the same results. You see how that kind of doesn't make sense. So I feel like that would be kind of common sense. But moving on, Xbox and Nintendo. So apparently Microsoft and Nintendo are getting busy. If you haven't heard, Microsoft and Nintendo are working on something together. Now, they do have previous relationships, which include Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which is a Microsoft IP on a Nintendo. And by the way, if you haven't played Ori and the Will of the Wisp, you really should go on ahead and treat yourself. Also, Banjo and Kazooie, which is a Microsoft IP. Their characters in Smash. Um, is it Banjo Kazooie or is it Banjo and Kazooie? The world may never know. If it's true, look for an announcement later this year. My opinion on this is Master Chief is coming to Smash Brothers. That's the only thing that really makes sense. I do not ever see little Pikachu or Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Daisy appearing on Xbox. I just don't think it'll ever happen. Moving on. Xbox, Kojima, yeah. So, also, and long wait for AAA titles. Now, as far as Xbox and Kojima's rumored relationship, I think it's where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm gonna say that, and I will say that it's probably happening. But if you happen to if you care about Kojima, then this is kind of big news for you. You know, me personally, I don't care somewhat. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Death Stranding, but this is why I say I somewhat, you know, I did buy Metal Gear Solid 5 twice. You know, I played it once, I didn't beat it, and then it got lost. I think I moved and it got lost, and then I bought it again because I said, oh yeah, I gotta beat that game, and I didn't beat it again because I think work got in the way. So it's like, clearly I do like something that he does. So it's up to you. You know, his name does ring bells in the industry, so I do respect that. You know, I really do think if Kojima works with Xbox, then it could be a huge move for them, a huge chess move, because I do think, especially if the game is good, then it will really do good things. You know, good games. People wouldn't want to play good games, and that's all I really care about. You know, I'm not gonna look. I'll wait. It's gonna be in Game Pass. I have Game Pass until 2024 right now, and I'm gonna get more when the time comes. But right now, I'm good for 2 years. So depending on when the game comes, which I wouldn't expect it, maybe until 20. Who knows? But yeah, could be huge if you happen to give a damn. And for the last topic, Xbox AAA's. Now, this was mainly in regards to Everwild, Fable, and Perfect Dark. And I did this last because I feel like it's kind of common sense. I mean, I don't know who really thought, let me go ahead and put this right here, that these games wouldn't be coming in 2023 and beyond. But apparently, it's an issue that these games are not going to be readily accessible this year or maybe even next year. I think, like I said, I did this last year because I honestly expect these games. I expect, especially Perfect Dark. Like, I don't expect to see that game until 2024 at the earliest. And I think most Xbox guys know this, but yeah. So AAA games usually take about 4 to 5 years. Just like I don't expect God of War to come out in 2021 because it came out in 2018. So that would kind of be like a 3-year cycle for a game like that. I think it would take more time, especially when you sprinkle a little bit of COVID-19 in there. Come on. I mean, common sense, right? And with people staying at home, working from home, devs not really being able to get and do their thing and get into a rhythm, then, you know. And so hopefully 2022, but do not hold your breath on some of these games. But I will definitely wait for a good game, for sure, for sure. But anyway, I'm well making this. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Any engagement is useful in the comments below so we can have good conversations. Other than that, get out of here. I hope you have a good week. Gone.